Hello everyone, a very, very good evening. Welcome to the latest instalment of Summer School 2026. And if you're watching for the first time, welcome. My name's Ben, and this is Choir of the Earth. And we have a fantastic couple of weeks ahead as we're looking at two gorgeous new pieces. They're both choral arrangements of orchestral classics composed within a decade of each other on different parts of the planet and in very different styles, but they're both absolutely beloved. So more on that in a minute, but do make yourselves at home. Do please grab yourselves a drink, something to stay hydrated. And if you're a member of Choir of the Earth, please make sure you've got your scores ready. If you haven't got them, you can buy them through the members area. You need, of course, the two for the Elgar and the Tchaikovsky. But before we get to that, allow me please to just run through the updates and news. So, as always, welcome to another fantastic project here at Choir of the Earth. This is part of Summer School 2026. And, Lux Aeterna is the first piece we're going to be learning over the next couple of weeks. It's a choral setting of Edward Elgar's Nimrod, an iconic piece from an incredible collection of works known as the Enigma Variations. And I'm going to be teaching this week. So obviously today is the launch. Tomorrow I'll be with the basses and so on throughout the rest of the week. And then next week we have a hugely fun, very, very enjoyable setting of the Danse de la Fée Draguée by Tchaikovsky. This is the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. And it's so much fun. It's really, really, really great. And of course, we are delighted and honoured to have the arranger himself taking us through this. It's going to be our good friend Ralph Allwood, who of course is well known to us here in the choir. Not only is he a famous conductor and a wonderful music leader in his own right, he also just happens to be our choir's patron. So looking enormously forward to having Ralph with us next week. But in the meantime, as I say, we've got Elgar this week and Tchaik next week. I want to just remind all of you that we have a summer fundraiser underway at the moment. And although we're delighted to say, as you'll see, hit our target. In fact, I think fair to say we smashed the target. Huge thanks to everyone who's contributed. If you haven't yet, you can grab any of our sound slices. They're all on sale, including the brand new one, the Brahms Requiem. Everything is 40% off until this Friday. So if you haven't taken advantage of the sound slice sale yet, please go over there and grab your slices. As you can see, we've got a fantastic collection. It's not so much a slice, it's an entire cake. Everything from Bach's Magnificat to Haydn's Nelson Mass. We've got the Wedding at Cana by Patrick Hawes. We've got the German Requiem and more coming. So if you haven't grabbed them, do grab them. Remember, all the profits are going towards our fundraiser. And of course, if you haven't grabbed your recent Coat recordings, again, all the profits in this are going towards our fundraiser. All sorts of fabulous things in there. The Haydn Harmony Mass, the German Requiem, aforementioned. This one, of course, with the Bergen Philharmonic. Eric Weatherall's Vocalese, that beautiful piece with saxophone, which we've premiered very recently, and the Quartet of Kyries, and more. So if you haven't grabbed them, go along and grab them. And, of course, it all helps us. So fabulous stuff. Now, of course, if you haven't been listening to our podcast, there is a new episode coming soon. But if you haven't caught up yet, that's all there at movingnotespodcast.com. And my wonderful colleague Jenna, who was sat next to me here in the studio only a few days ago for our Tune In to Pitch In special, well, she's the mastermind behind this fabulous piece of entertainment. All completely free, and it's Jen and myself having a lovely chat and getting to talk to some amazingly, incredibly inspirational creative people. We've had movie directors, we've had world famous artists, we've got a wonderful talk with a renowned author and a very funny man coming soon, and more besides. So do look it up, and you can follow it on Instagram at Moving Notes Podcast. Now, speaking of following us, do please remember our social media platforms. Well, a lot of work goes into maintaining them, and it would be great if you could all help us out by following us, liking our posts, and sharing them where you can. So if you're on Facebook, it's at Choir of the Earth and at Earth Choir Academy. On Instagram, it's at Choir of the Earth. On Blue Sky, it's at choiroftheearth.com and at earthchoiracademy.com. And we're even on LinkedIn for the business professionally minded ones among you. And we're at Earth Choir Academy over there. Now, huge thanks to everyone who has been sending in their recordings for A Season to Sing, Joe Forbes the Stranger's wonderful choral reimagining of Vivaldi's Four Seasons. The closing date has now passed for that, but we are going to accept recordings until Sunday week. So that's this coming Sunday. So if you haven't managed to get the recordings in because it's been so hot, you do have an extra week. But do be aware, the engineers are raring to go. So do please get them into us, and you'll be assured of being included in this world first, the first ever digital choir to record Joe's wonderful music. So thanks to everyone who's already sent them in. And remember, we've got some deadlines coming up at the end of August, beginning of September for the Tippett Spirituals. And of course, Dikokele Bawo, which was the piece we learned recently, will be in September as well. So deadlines, all of this, of course, you can find on the members area. Now, very, very soon, hopefully within a matter of days, we will be launching the full Choir Library memberships. All of you watching, if you're a member or an associate member of Choir of the Earth, if you're a member, you get access to the library. If you're an associate member and you want access to the library, we're now offering Associate Membership Plus, which includes access to all of our past teaching and the voice louder parts and quite a lot of around sounds and all sorts of extra stuff. Now, Nikki's working very, very hard on all this. Huge thanks to her. If you haven't been over and had a look at choirlibrary.com and you're a member of Choir of the Earth, well then do take advantage of it, because it's very, very impressive indeed. So as I said, Associate Membership Plus, available now to non-members, and you can even give it as a gift. Give the gift of singing, everyone. Now, speaking of giving the gift of singing, you have given us a huge gift in the form of helping us reach that rather lofty goal. We wanted to reach £10,000, well, we more than smashed it. In fact, I've got a little animation. Let me just, there we go. We've got little fireworks going off because, well, it was just such a delight to pass that £10,000 target on Thursday and see it climb and climb and climb. And as I'm recording this, the total stands at well over £16,000, which is absolutely fantastic and will really, really help as we continue to move forward in our mission to bring singing to the world, teaching the world to sing. I like that. Someone should make a song out of it. Anyway, so we've got some wonderful events coming up in the next few weeks, not just our online offering. Of course, we've got Missa Tango starting in September, which is so, so good. I'm so looking forward to teaching it. But we have a couple of wonderful trips going out, including Leipzig in a matter of a few weeks now. It's getting close. I better do some revision. This is going to be an amazing pair of trips. First of all, end of September, this trip is full, but there will be digital tickets going on sale very soon. So you'll be able to watch from wherever you are in the world and to be part of the fun as we go to Leipzig and we sing Bach in Bach's churches. And then, of course, in October, I believe there is one place left. Literally one place. It's absolutely amazing how well this is all sold. If you would like to come to Leipzig and you've left it to the last minute, but you think, I might just see if there's a place available. There is one. We're not restricting it to any particular voice part. If you're an alto, please book and come along, because we'd love to sell this out, and then we'll be going at the end of October. So details there, go to choiroftheearth.com/events. And of course, you can also sign up to come to Lincoln and sing with us and the Gesualdo Six in Byrd's Cathedral. That is William Byrd, the great composer of the English Renaissance. We'll be singing his Mass for 5 voices and some other beautiful Renaissance anthems. And we're going to be joined by the G6, who are going to run some workshops with us, give us a private concert, and stand with us and perform in the most extraordinary English cathedral. Plus, of course, as always, you get to learn the music before you go and be part of an extraordinary occasion. So if you haven't booked to come, that's the 21st to the 24th of January 2027. Yes, it will be cold. Just bear that in mind. Wear layers, everyone, is what we're saying. And, of course, one further event. Now, we're not running this, but we're delighted to promote it on behalf of our good friends at Concerts Austria. This is the Missa Tango Festival. Now, once you start learning Missa Tango, it's one of those pieces that you will just love it, and you'll want to sing it as much as possible. My face-to-face choir sang this at Christmas last year, and they love it so much. We're going to be singing it again next summer. And so it's kind of an addictive kind of piece of music. You absolutely love it as soon as you start singing it. So I suspect some of you, from having learnt it in September, will be booking to come. But do get in, because places are flying off the shelves. 31st of March to the 4th of April 2027, we will be at Holy Trinity Church in Sloane Square to perform Missa Tango with the composer himself on piano. with the wonderful Sal Zaks conducting and yours truly waving for a couple of movements as well. Helen Charleston, the internationally renowned mezzo-soprano, who we know very, very well here at Choir of the Earth, will be the soprano, and we have the best bandonian player in the world joining us for this. It's going to be extraordinary. So if you haven't booked to come yet, please do sign up at concertsaustria.com/missatango. There we go. I've already mentioned the sound slices, so we can get on and introduce our music for this section of summer school. As you can see, 2 weeks of beautiful, beautiful music, led this week by yours truly in the form of Elgar's Lux Aeterna, and then next week Tchaikovsky, and that will be led by Ralph. And as I've said, you need to make sure you've got your scores. We can't show the scores on screen because although the composers have been dead for a while, these are choral arrangements and they are very much in copyright, so please make sure you've acquired your scores. Links are available via the members area to buy a digital download, but you can buy paper copies if you prefer. So let's talk about Elgar. There he is, and he's kind of an iconic figure in and of himself, isn't he? That big handlebar moustache. And we think of him as this venerable, venerated composer. And of course, if you're asked to name pieces that he wrote, well, you might say his cello concerto, you might say the Pomp and Circumstance marches, you might even say Dream of Gerontius. But most of these pieces came from the later part of his life, after 1900. But he was composing quite a lot prior to that. He was in his 40s when his career really took off. And this piece that we're singing this week is almost literally a turning point. It represents a huge change in Elgar and in his music and in how really he was to be seen by the world. So this image of Elgar is the famous one, but this is the Elgar who wrote Enigma Variations, and he struggled as a young composer. He was much in demand as a festival conductor, very, very prominent and very well-regarded musician without doubt. But his compositions didn't really land. You know, he wrote his cantatas like King Olaf and so on. But none of these works really caught the imagination of conductors and great orchestras. And the critics, well, they liked his music, but they were polite rather than enthusiastic in their reviews. And he found himself struggling. He was a married man, and he really did find himself just getting by financially as a musician. And in 1898, the great man himself wrote that he felt very sick at heart over music, and he hoped to find a way to succeed with a larger work, but he didn't think it was going to happen. Basically, he was on the verge of giving up as a composer, and this really is at the heart of the piece that we're learning this week, because, well, the Enigma Variations would not exist were it not for this man here. And this man has a wonderful name. He is Augustus Jaeger. Now, he worked for Novello Publishing, and of course we know Novello very well, and he was a good friend of Elgar. And he visited Elgar at his home, and he tried to lift his spirits. Poor old Elgar was feeling very much down in the dumps and very sorry for himself. And Jaeger said, I'll read this out, "A day's attack of the blues will not drive away your desire, your necessity, which is to exercise those creative faculties which a kind providence has given you. Your time of universal recognition will come." And Jaeger said to Elgar to consider that great composer Ludwig van Beethoven, who had a similar crisis of confidence at the midpoint of his life for different reasons. Obviously, Beethoven was struggling not just with the weight of his childhood and all of the difficulties he'd gone through as a young man, but most importantly with the fact that he was a composer who was going profoundly deaf, and he struggled with an awful lot of aspects around that, as you can imagine. And he had a breakthrough. He wrote a letter to his brothers called the Heiligenstadt Testament, where he basically said, although he'd had some very dark thoughts about what his future held, he'd decided he was going to continue composing. And of course, his greatest works were to follow, including the Ninth Symphony. And Jaeger said to Elgar, look at Beethoven. His slow movements tell the story of his struggle, but his later works were his greatest, and yours will be the same. And Elgar really did feel uplifted by this. And the Enigma Variations, this wonderful collection of theme and 14 variations, was the first piece produced following this very sage and very comforting advice from his good friend. And it was Elgar's first true success. Now, I want to talk about one variation in particular, and it's called Nimrod. That's why I've got this rather alarming image here. This is Nimrod, and Nimrod is a legendary figure. He's featured in the Bible, in the book of Genesis. Interestingly, he's the great-grandson of Noah, yes, that Noah, as in, and the ark, and a mighty warrior, and the founder of some ancient Mesopotamian cities. And he's particularly important because he was seen to be a mighty hunter before the Lord. If you've ever sung Benjamin Britten's Rejoice in the Lamb, which is a piece I really want us to do, there's that wonderful movement, let Nimrod the mighty hunter bind a leopard to the altar and consecrate his spear to the Lord. So Nimrod is a hunter. Why then do we have I'll go back, there he is. Why do we have then, in the middle of the Enigma Variations, why do we have a movement called Nimrod? Well, interestingly, each of the variations takes the theme. The theme represents Elgar himself. This lovely... Oh, piano's not working. Lovely, lovely, very yearning movement, which represents Elgar. And each of the variations takes that theme and is an exploration, a discovery of a person in Elgar's life. The first variation, for example, it has the initials of his wife as the title of the movement. So the first variation is the theme reflected by his wife, and throughout the piece you have some wonderful, some very light-hearted variations. There's one that's based on a lady from the Women's Institute. There's a mysterious one which many people think is Elgar's mistress. And then right at the heart is Nimrod, and it is the most famous of all of the variations. And you think it's named after a hunter, it should be, strident and vibrant and perhaps slightly violent, but it's not at all. It's gentle, and it is warm, and it's comforting, and it's also got a push to it, which we'll talk about in a minute when we listen to it. The point is, this piece was written for Augustus Jaeger. This was Elgar's dedication to his friend, and more than that, his inspiration to reignite his compositional career. And so, the trick is to understand that Nimrod is the mighty hunter. Jaeger is the German word for hunter. So that is at the heart of this beautiful, beautiful piece. Now, what we're going to do, rather unusually, we are, of course, going to enjoy the Fieri performance of Lux Aeterna, which is the choral setting that we are going to be singing this week. But first, as a special treat, and it's not every choir that can do this, I thought I'd ask our in-house orchestra to play the piece as Elgar originally wrote it. And of course, we have a long association with our good friend John Warner and his Orchestra for the Earth, and he led a fantastic course in 2020 for what was the short run but very, very accomplished self-isolation orchestra, and they recorded in isolation Elgar's Nimrod, and I'm going to play it for you now. Do enjoy. Here we go. absolutely beautiful. And again, just to remind you, nobody met during the creation of that recording still manages to stir the soul. So Nimrod itself has gone from being a piece that was about friendship to meaning a great deal more. It's often played at remembrance services. It's come to symbolise for many people a view of Britain and England in particular. But at its heart, it is a piece about friendship. It's a piece about love. And what I've always loved about the piece, other than the direction that Elgar takes us, yes, it builds to a climax, but it finishes with a gentle conclusion, almost like sitting back in your chair after a particularly animated conversation and then having a satisfied sigh at the very, very end. And as the piece builds to that climax, that huge, huge moment, which is a statement, obviously, of the Enigma theme, there is a pushing behind the theme, almost like it's being anticipated. And this fantastic choral arrangement, which we're going to hear now, which is John Cameron's arrangement created in 1996, well, this manages to preserve a great deal of that kind of insistent urgency, in the same way that Jaeger, he wasn't there to just to listen to Elgar feeling sorry for himself. He was actually there to push him and to say, no, come on, your best years are ahead of you. And he was right, of course. Just the year after this, he published Gerontius and the Cello Concerto, and the Pomp and Circumstance marches were just round the corner, and his greatest years were ahead of him. And that theme constantly pushing, I believe, is a reflection of this very warm, very generous, and very supportive person. But Elgar knew he needed pushing, and that's what the music represents. So let's have a look at this lovely choral setting. Please grab your scores, and we'll enjoy it all the way through. And if you'd like to sing along, you're very welcome to. Let's have just a quick bit of humming. You're very welcome also to just hum or just listen along, but for now we'll just do a little bit of gentle humming up and down. So up a semitone, now one more. Very nice indeed. Okay, so let's enjoy a complete sing through here. You're welcome to sing along if you wish, if you want to hum, as I say, or if you just want to enjoy the Fieri's beautiful artistry in this performance. Just watch out for all of the very carefully shaped dynamics. That is what's at the heart, I think, of this beautiful piece, and why the ending works so well. We don't get too big too quickly, as a feeling like it's going to get to the end and then it pulls back. It's that delayed gratification which Elgar was such a master. So let's enjoy it from the start. This is Lux Aeterna. The altos come in here, and then everyone else shortly after. Here we go. Here's Fieri. I've said it before many times on this channel. The Fieri Consort are the best in the world at this, and they just keep getting better and better. That is quite a performance. And then you consider we get to sing with every one of those voices, adding our voices to theirs to create an extraordinary final product when it's all done. But let's do a bit of unpacking, because there's lots and lots to enjoy there. As I was saying, there is this push, this gentle insistence. He's not letting Elgar rest on his laurels. And it's one of the things that works so well about this piece is it is a slow movement. Obviously, it's adagio, it's very slow. And yet it doesn't feel slow because of all of the notes that go in between the beats. It creates a sort of shimmering texture. If we have a look, for example, and you need to bear with me a moment just while I click a couple of buttons here. But if we have a look, everyone, for example, find page 3 for me, please, folks. And I just want to play from when the soprano 1 and 2, so it's bar 11. And just have a look at what's going on. In fact, I wonder if I can use my wonderful, I do have a sound slice here, you see. Dear Susanna has created a custom sound slice just for me so that I can teach this to you and be able to jump in and out. So let's listen to just the sopranos there from bar 11. Let's listen to how this works. So they're together. It's like they're friends walking side by side. Now listen here. And then they're back together. So sometimes they're right together. Sometimes one of the tunes is slightly behind. Sometimes it's slightly ahead. And this creates a sort of a false echo almost. And it's so effective. Later on, this gets more pronounced. This happens in other sections. So let's have a little look at the big moment. Page 9. Let's go on to page 9, everyone, and let's have a look here again at the sopranos. Now, the second soprano part in bar 34 is now pushing ahead. The first soprano part is behind. And have a listen to this. But you've also got the tenors doubling that delayed sound. It's so beautiful, and it creates this texture. You're not entirely sure sometimes where the beat is. It's just this beautiful wall of sound. We've also got some interesting, by which I mean kind of demanding rhythmic material on that same page. Have a look, tenor 2 and bass 1 at bar 38. So it's one, it's requiem aeternam requiem. And when you consider that the main beat is there, actually that's quite quick to go against that, isn't it? Requiem aeternam requiem perpetua requiem. And so it just, again, creates that pushing forward, that insistence that no, Elgar, you're not going to sit and feel sorry for yourself. You're going to get out of your chair. Your best years are ahead of you. Have a listen to that, those particular parts. Here we go. Requiem aeternam requiem perpetuam requiem. And of course, this is usually hidden in the orchestral texture, usually given to the horns or some of the woodwinds. But when you put that into the full sound, and now listen out for that tenor bass, little push forwards, requiem. So we're going to go from the same place. It's the last bar of page 9. And just listen out for it. Here we go. So it's 1 and... So the tune is always prominent, but you've got these other details, sometimes moving against the beat, sometimes early, to just create this very ornate texture all around the sound. It's utterly gorgeous. So when we're learning this, I'm going to ask you to be really, really rhythmic. and make sure that you're not just sort of singing how you think it should go. You're being as diligent as you can. You're listening out to the fieries. You're following their exceptional lead. And we're watching particularly the dynamics as we're growing and pulling away. We're at a point in music history where dynamics are being used as individual shades on a canvas. We're not talking about massive broad strokes as in the Baroque era, or particularly in the classical era, loud and quiet and nothing much in between. Now we're in the very late Romantic, the turn of the 20th century, and so we really are being very, very subtle with our dynamics. So as we look through, it starts very softly, but you've got hairpins all over the place. Worth spending a few minutes with your pens or your digital styluses, however you're going to do it, just marking up your parts and being really certain that you know where you're getting loud and where you're getting quiet as well. I do think there's huge amounts of enjoyment to be had in this piece. It's not entirely easy. It's not an easy sing, but what it is hugely rewarding and very, very moving. So what I'd like to do is to play it to you again. And I have a video. Of course, those of you who watched last week's fabulous tune in to Pitch In will have seen this already because we premiered it on our special there. And so this is a special made video for the occasion, and this is our piece that we're learning this week, Lux Aeterna, choral setting of Nimrod by Elgar, sung by the wonderful Fieri Consort. Here it is. Absolutely gorgeous singing and lovely, lovely music. That is our piece for this week. Now, do bear in mind that there's a lot of music to get through. This is a substantial piece, and we're looking at two very different parts for each of the voices. So please do be aware that we will run over the hour for each of the teaching sessions by 5-10 minutes, I should think, for each part. So just bear that in mind, and then everything, I think, will be well. And of course, it's important that we take our time and go through everything in as much detail as possible, because that means the recordings that you will go on to produce will be a much higher quality, and you'll enjoy the process far, far more. So that is Elgar. Now, I do have a special treat for you, because as I'm recording this, it's Sunday afternoon. I, of course, will be heading to London to visit my mother in hospital. That's why I'm not here live today, but I did receive in my inbox this morning a very special treat. Almost like a Christmas present come early, and it is, of course, this wonderful setting of the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy by Tchaikovsky. Now, I'm not going to talk about the piece itself. I'm not going to give you information about Tchaikovsky, or else I'm going to leave that to Ralph, because he is going to be taking you through this piece next week. He's going to do a full choir rehearsal and individual sectional rehearsals for you, but I thought you might like to hear this wonderful piece, composed only a few years prior to the composition of the Elgar, but a very different style. And, well, to me, this is the sound of Christmas almost. So here it is. This is its world premiere. Here is the Danse de la Fête by Tchaikovsky, arranged by Leah Hussein and Ralph Allwood, performed by the Fieri Consort, who, as far as I'm concerned, have never sounded better. Here we go. You see what I mean? I really cannot think of a piece that the Fieries have recorded that hasn't been superb, but that is a cut apart. That is phenomenal singing. And of course, not the easiest piece in the world, particularly tenors. You've got a little bit of fast and furious singing in the middle of that, but just imagine what that's going to sound like when you've learnt it and recorded it. And it's going to feature along with a number of other premieres as part of our Christmas programme this year. So I know it's July, and I know it's far too early to be talking about Christmas, but those of us in the choral world, well, we always are thinking at this point of the year about Christmas and about the music that we need to prepare. Here is one of our chocolate box treats to come out later this year. So Ralph will take you through that next week. This week, of course, we're in the company of Elgar, and I'm so excited to take you through it. So I think to finish, I'm going to play you that dance one more time with a special video that I've created just for the purpose. and I do hope you enjoy our week of music together. If you're new to all this and you'd like to join us, have a look at choiroftheearth.com. We've got an amazing programme coming up after summer school. We've got Missa Tango by Martine Palmieri starting in September, and we have a beautiful Haydn Mass. The Maria Theresian Mass is going to wrap up our year, plus, of course, I say that aforementioned Christmas special, which will include music by Joanna Forbes Lestrange. It will include that piece you've just heard and more. So I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Here is the Fieri one more time to sing us out with that lovely bit of Tchaikovsky, and I'll see basses tomorrow. All the best, folks. See you soon. Take care.
Ding